This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So we have the tables here, the list of tables which we have orders, people, and the returns. These are the list of tables we have it. So we can go for see that how they are related. Okay, orders, people, returns, how they are a relationship is implemented here. So we have seen that what's the different types of data types we have it here. What are the data types of the data which you can supported by the Tableau, right? So what are the things we can do it at data source level? This is the page we can say that data source. This is a page we can say the data source. So how you can move it from data source to sheet level is directly click on sheet 1 here. So you can navigate to the sheet 1. Whenever you want to go back to the data source, I want to go back to my data source, click on data source tab in the bottom of it. Okay, you directly came to this page. Okay, so any case, if you want to move it to one, it's like sheet to the database, data source, sorry. Okay, data source, click on the data source, leftmost bottom corner, you can find the data source. You can come to this page, or you want to go back to the sheet 1 or sheet 2, whatever you want to click on sheet 1. So if you have the number of pages here, can you see that sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 kind of thing. From any sheet, you can directly navigate to the data source. Okay, so even if we have the multiple data sources here, if we have the multiple data sources here, let me take one more data source. Click on here. I want to take the Microsoft Excel. I'm taking this text data, something I'm taking the text data for the Excel. All right. So I can drag the any one of the sheet into my canvas. This is called a canvas. You can drag into canvas. Right. So I have some data in this Excel file. If you go with the sheet 4, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, any sheet you can go for it. Here you can find the two data sources. One is sample superstores, and the one is project details TextDB. So I want to go back to the data source level, which data related to which data source you want to see that. I want to sample superstore related, then select the sample superstores data set and go back to the data source. Okay, you can see that sample superstores related data, right? So the option which we have it here, you can directly select that particular data source and go back to the data source. Okay, you can see the related data. Otherwise, we have an option here. When you come to this data source window, we can see project details related data here, right? It is the all about the project details. I want to see that sample supersource related data in the drop down here. Okay, there is a drop down here. Select the sample superstores. You can see the sample superstores related data. Data source level, when we have the multiple data sources in your windows, you can go for select them to view the related information in the data source level. All right. So when we have the multiple sources, here you can find that different data sources which you are using for the visualization. Okay, I have two now, project details and sample supersource. Those two are showing here. So you can rename this particular data source. You can rename it. What are the name you want to give it? We can give it here. Related to our project which we are working, we can go for change that naming conversion. So this is sample supersource related data. Okay, I can mention it sample superstores P1. Okay, you want to go for project details, select that project details. Here you can mention it. Okay, however you want to rename the data source, you do that. All right, you want to go back to the sheet level, click on sheet 4, project details, sample superstores P1. Okay, these are the two data sources which we have it. Clear? So you may have multiple data sources. Okay, you may have multiple data sources. I can connect to one more data source that is related to SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, trying to connect to that, sign in. All right, I'm connecting to the text DB, selecting the text database. Okay, which table we want to get it? Product sales. right? We have the employee name, year, country, product name, and sales. So come to the sheet 4. Can you see that 3 sources here we have it? One is related to product sales, one is product details, one is a sample supersource. 3 sources are 3 different databases. One is in SQL Server, one is from Excel file, one is from saved data source, right? So how I can go for see the product sales text? Just go for data source level, and the drop down also you can find those 3, right? So here you can name it to the product sales. I can mention it product sales. We can see the product sales related data here. Employee name, year, country, product name, and sales. Okay. So this is the way we can go for a list of sources which we can go for use at source. Okay, we can have that source data here. Product sales, product sales, product sales, the field names, country, year, product name, and sales. Okay, so this is the way you can go for handle the different data sources here, data source level. So if they ask you that, can we join 2 different data sources? Can we join heterogeneous sources? Heterogeneous means one is from SQL Server, another one is from the text file or Excel file. Can we join it? Can we take that source of data and can we build a single output, single visualization on top of it? Can we do it or not?
No, 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 we cannot join 2 different sources.
Okay. But answer is yes, we can do that. So how we can go for do that? Joining the 2 different sources of data, right? So I will show you that how we can go for do that. Okay, I have a table in SQL Server. I have a table in SQL Server. I can go for drag that into the Tableau. So which table we can take it here? Let me take EMP table. What kind of data we have it? We can just check it here. Okay, select the star from EMP. Right, just go for execute it. Okay, change it to master to test. Execute it. So okay, this is how that ABC data. So let's go for employee details. Okay, remove this. Select this and execute it. We have employee ID, gender, email ID, department ID kind of thing we have it. All right. So okay. Now what I will do is I want to take this table from the SQL Server. So I will create one more table in text file with DEPT. Okay, DEPT ID, comma dname, comma location. Okay, one more table I am creating. So the department ID is 100, department name is HR, location is Hyderabad. Okay, and department 1 admin, so Bangalore. Dname వచ్చేసరికి training. Chennai. So can I go with this data? So file, save. What is this? This is a text file, DEPT. Okay, I will put it into my desktop. Save. So I go for connect to these two tables and I will join the data, and related data I can get into my visualization. All right. So let's go for connect to that. So I have a Tableau here. So what I need to do, I need to be connected. One more says, so plus new sheet. No need to go for the new sheet, just I want to be go for empty. So here plus option is there, new data source. I'm going to connect it, my text file. Click on text file. This is the text file I have it. So the text file we have it here. This is the information I have, right? DEPT ID, D name, location. All right. So how can I join this table with my SQL Server EMP table? How can I join that? Okay, how can I join it? Go for here connections. In the connection add option is there. Go for add one more connection. Okay, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, sign in. List of tables which we have it, text. What is the table we are taking here from this? Employee details, right? Employee details, right? Drag employee details into here. So can we select that? DEPT text, DEPT related data I can see here. 100 HR, Hyderabad, 101, admin, 102. When you go for select employee details, I can see that employee related information. What is the employee ID, gender, email ID, and department. Okay, these two are related based on department ID, right? Based on department ID. So now we join the text file and SQL Server database table. Both are relation. We build the relationship on these two. All right, is it correct or not? We did that, make a relationship between SQL Server database table and text file. So we can join that. We can join that where we have that proper relationship getting from different sources. Okay. Clear? Any questions? Can we join or not? Can we relation? Can we build a relation from the different sources?
Yeah. You use join or relationship here. That's what I'm getting confused.
It's a relationship here. Okay. So join
Okay.
also we can do that. Earlier we have the joins. So it's where we don't have that relationship. Joins also we can able to do that. Okay. So here we added the new feature with relationships. And when you click on the particular relationship, we can go for the physical join level. Okay. Here also you can do that. Here also you can do that. Suppose I have DPT text file. You can go for select that table EMP. You can drag it here. You can make a join as well. Employee details. You can drag it here. Okay. So which kind of join you want to do? Inner join. Then select the inner join based on which field you want to do that. You can select it. Okay. We build a join as well. See that? So this is we discusses later. So we can go for join the two different data sources, as well as you can join, you can build the relation in the two different data sources. It may be one is from Oracle, one is from SQL Server, one is from SQL Server, one is from Excel, one is from text, one is from SQL Server. However, you want to go for make a relationship or join, as we can do that. As we can do that. Okay, clear, Mahantesh? Yeah, so we can go for do that. So next, what is mean by relationship and what is mean by join? Okay, what is mean by relationship and what is mean by join? So relationships are introduced in 2020.1, some version of the Tableau desktop. So earlier there is no relationships. Relationship recently added to the latest feature with the Tableau desktop. Relationships is a latest feature with the Tableau desktop. Okay. So earlier which we have it only joins. The relationships recently added to the Tableau desktop. So what is the advantage of the relationship? What is the advantage of the relationships, and how it is add on to the other than that joins? Okay, simple steps we can go for it. So here when we go for drag any table into canvas, by default it's a logical join. We can say that relationship, what are the thing we are did here, it's a relationship. It's a relationship. Okay, so not a physical join. So once relationships are introduced, uh, just I'm removing this here. Once relationships are introduced, so if you drag your table into canvas, if you drag your table into canvas, it's a logical table, we can call it as. Okay, we can call it as a logical table. You can see I put my mouse over there, dept underscore text, it's a logical table. Double click on this logical table to see it's a physical table. Okay, if you want to go for see the physical table, need to be double click on this logical table. Okay, what are the table you can drag into the canvas, that's we can call it as logical table. Okay, logical table. When you go for double click on it, you can go for see that physical table of it, physical table of it. Okay, so how we can build a relationship is very simple. How we can build a relationship is, this is a one table, I want to build a relationship with another table, drag and drop it here. Okay, what is the link it's happening, it's a relationship. What's the link is happening between these two tables, it is called a relationship. It is called a relationship, not a join. It is called a relationship, not a join. When we are in the relationship, each table is independent. You can see the dept text, you can get the dept table related information. When I go for select the emp table related information, you can get it individual. These two tables are individual. Okay, you just mention the relationship between these tables. Okay, these two are individual. Okay, so when you select the MP, you can see the MP related information. When you select the DEPT related information, you can see that. Okay, this is called a relationship. When you are in relationship, tables are independent. The tables are independent. The tables are independent. So how you can go for build a physical join then? How you can go for build a physical join then? So if you want to build a physical join, if you want to build the physical joins, so this is all called as logical table. You need to be double click on it here. You can go for see that physical table. If you go for see that physical table, okay, in the physical table you can drag and drop it. You can drag and drop it. You can see four types of joins. In the physical joins, you can do that four types of joins. What are the four types of joins we have it? Inner join, left join, right join, and full outer join. What are the four types of physical joins we have it? Inner join, left join, right join, and full outer join. Is it clear? What are the four types of join supported by Tableau? Inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. Okay, so more detail, we can go for dig into the more detail about this relationships and uh, joins. I have a PPT. Let me explain you that way. So you can see that relationships are dynamic, flexible way of combining data from multiple tables for analysis. The relationships are dynamic, flexible way to combine the data from multiple tables for analysis. If you have the multiple tables, so you are going to build a relationship among the tables. It's very flexible, and which we can go on top of it, which we can for do that analysis. A relationship describe how two tables related to each other. Okay, both the tables are how it is related to each other based on common field, but does not merge the table together. Based on the common field, you are going to be define the relationship in the two tables. Okay, based on the common field, you are going to define the relationship in the two tables. Okay, you are not going to merge the tables. You are not going to be merge the tables. You need to be remember that you are not going to merge the table, just you are defining the relationships. Okay, that's a key point you need to remember. What is the difference of relationships and joins? Not merging the table together. If you go with the physical joins, the table can be matched. All the tables can be matched. Whereas if you go with a relationship, the table data cannot be matched. It's a independent. Okay, when a relationship is created between tables, when you build a relationship between tables, the tables remaining separate maintain their individual level of detail and domains. Okay, when you go for build a relationship between two tables, the tables remaining separate, both the tables are separated. Okay, and maintain their individual level of data in the table. They can maintain individual level of data in the their detail. Okay, so whereas if you can go with the joins, whereas if you go with the physical joins, the data in the all the tables can be matched. The data in the all the tables can be matched based on the join you can give it. Okay, single output you can get it here. Okay, so some people effectively call relationships as noodles, and we recommended using the relationship you first approach to be combine your data because it makes data preparation and analysis easier and more intuitive. Okay, so they are recommending go for use the relationships. uh, it's a first approach. What is the approach we have it? That's a relationship, you can go for use it. Okay, relationship provides the several advantages over using the joins in multiple table data. So what are the advantages of the relationship compared with the joins? Okay, how that relationship will look like, you can see the diagram. Okay, so the data model, logical layer here, logical table A, logical table B. Okay, the relation we are building that logical table A to logical table B. Okay, when you go with a logical table A, when you double click on the logical table A, you can go with a physical layer level. You can go with a physical layer level. You can join multiple tables over there. Physical joins, you can define it. Okay, physical table A, physical table B, physical table C, physical table D. These are all giant and given the physical data model here. Physically we joined them. Okay, under the logical table A, under the logical table A. Similarly, you can go with the logical table B, double click on the logical table B, we have the physical table B as well. Okay, so these are the physical layers where we can go for do the physical join, and logical layer is where we can build the relationship in the two different tables. Okay, the data model look like this. The previous version of the data model, the physical layer, only physical layer is there in the previous uh, Tableau versions. In Tableau version 2022 and later, the model has been logical, semantic layer and physical layer. Okay, it has been changed from the 2020.2 onwards. The relationships are introduced and we can call it as a logical layer. Okay, that's we can call it as a logical layer. So how it look like? See, previously version of Tableau desktop, previous version of Tableau desktop, only we have that physical joins. Okay, physical tables, they can join each other. Okay, after 2022.2, we have that logical layers. We got it that relationships. Okay, the logical layer can have that physical data model, and the logical layer A can be joined with logical table B. Okay, this kind of data models we can do it from the 2020.2 version. Okay, 2020.2 version. Okay, it's understanding this kind of concept, it will take a little bit time, no worries about it. So just try to be understand what is the physical and what is the logical, and anyhow you can get it more detail. Okay, so now we can see that what is the advantages of using the relationship. What is the advantages of using the relationship? Okay, you don't need to configure the join types between tables. We no need to go for configure the join types between the tables. Okay, just we can drag the relationship, no need to define the relation join types. Okay, you only need the select the field to define the relationship. When you are going to build a relationship based on one common field, you build the relationship, no need to be go for select the particular thing. Okay, related tables remaining separate and distinct. They are not merged into the single table. So this is a point you need to be remember it. This is the main point. What is the difference between physical join and logical tables? Relationships. What's the difference between physical join and relationship? This is the point you need to be highlight. Related table remaining separate and distinct. Okay, relationship tables are separate and distinct. They are not merged into a single table. They are not merged into a single table in the relationship. But if you go with the physical joins, it will be merged and it will get the single table of data. Okay, in the physical it will be merged, in relationship it cannot be merged. That's the main difference, and that's the point you need to say in interview. Okay, only this point is enough to you differentiate the logical and physical joins. Logical table and physical table, you mean the relationships and joins. This is the point you need to be highlighted. Clear? One second. Clear? What is the major difference? What is the main difference between physical joins and relationships is clear? The main difference is when you go for join the four tables, suppose you are joining four table, the data can be merged from the four tables and it show in one container. Okay, as like it will show in one table. Whereas if you go with a relationship, if you join the four, if you're relating four tables, the four tables are independent, they cannot go for merge, they cannot go for merge. Okay, on the fly when we go for build a visualization, Tableau will go for bring the data from two different tables or four different tables and show it in the visualization level. That is the main key difference. Okay, they are not matched unless they will be in single table. Okay, relationships use joins, but they are not automatic. Tableau automatically select the join type based on the field being used in the visualization. Based on the based on the based on visualization, it's like what are the fields you select for the visualization. Based on that, Tableau will go for join those tables. Tableau will go for join those tables based on the field you select for the visualization. Based on that, Tableau will go for join those table with the related data. Okay, during the analysis, Tableau adjusts join types intelligently and preserve the native level of detail in your data. Okay, Tableau will go for Join the types intelligently when you are going to do the analysis. When we are going to do the analysis, at that time Tableau adjusts the join types based on our requirement. Based on the visualization, Tableau will do that intelligence work. Okay. Tableau use relationship to generate a correct aggregation and appropriate joins during the analysis. Everything can be done by the during the analysis of the data when you are going to build a visualization. Okay, Tableau use relationships to generate a correct aggregation. What are the aggregation we are doing? Some average or mean or max, whatever the aggregations you are doing, that can be done by the during the analysis based on the current context of the fields in use in worksheet level. Okay, what are the fields you can go for use it? Based on that, that aggregation can be applied. That aggregation can be applied. Multiple tables at different levels of details are supported in a single data source. Okay, data getting from a single data source and different levels of data, it can be supported by the relationships. You can build a data model that contains more tables and reduce the number of data sources need to be built in a visualization. Okay, and unmatched measure values are not dropped. Okay, unmatched measures values are not dropped. Where we have that unmatched measures are there which cannot be dropped. Accidental loss of data, there is no accidental loss of data. Avoid data duplication and filtering issues that can be sometimes result from the joins. So whereas we are facing some duplications from the joins, so when you go for join it, we are getting the duplicated data that can be restricted here, that can be resolved with the relationships. Tableau will generate a queries only for the data that is relevant to the current view. Okay, what are the view we are creating? The relevant related queries can be generated using the relationships. Okay, only the relevant related queries can be generated by the Tableau. Okay, these are all the advantages of the relationship. These are all the advantages. The what is the key advantage here is, this is a key advantage, merging the non-merging the data. Okay, at the same time, which are the things is done it automatically, joining and aggregation at the level of analysis when we are building the visualization. Okay, when we are building the visualization, and just go with the requirements of relationships and factors, limitation, benefits using the related tables. What are the factors of limitations and benefits of the relationship? You can, I will share this document, just go through it. When related tables, the fields that define in the relationship must have the same data type. When we are going to be related two tables based on the field data type should be same. The field data type should be same. Okay. And the second point, you cannot define relation based on the geographic fields. So whereas we have the geographic fields, you cannot define the relationship among those. Okay, you cannot define the relationship among the tables. Geographic fields. You cannot define relationship based on geographic fields. Okay. Circular relationships are not supported in the data model. Circular relationships are not supported in the data model. What is mean by circular relationships? Okay, what is mean by circular relationships? Let me show you that. Paint you can go for here. So I have a table, table, table. Okay, this table is joined with this table. Okay, this table is joined with this table, and this table will join with this table. This is kind of circular joins. Okay, these kind of joins not supported by the relationships. This is kind of circular joins. Okay, as we are building the star schema, snowflake schema kind of thing, so this is not required, right? Suppose this is, we can consider as a fact table. This kind of fact table we can take it as, right? So this dimension table dim, this is one more dimension table. Okay, so this dimension can have direct join with the fact table, right? This dimension can have directly join with this fact table, and this dimension can have direct join with this fact table. Okay, but these two cannot be joined. Okay, so such kind of circular joins are not supported. Such kind of circular joins are not supported. Okay, this kind of join you can give it, that support not supported by the relationships. So if you want to go for give a join this dimension to this dimension, it's not required. Okay, if really want to go give a join dimension to dimension, but you cannot be join this to fact table. Okay, so how it look like is you need to be go for take the one more dimension here. This is also dimension, subdimension we can call it as. Okay, dim2, it can be joined with the main dimension, this dimension. Okay, but the dimension doesn't have direct join with the fact table. Okay, this dimension directly have the fact table. Okay, if we have it, that's we can call it as a circular join. Circular joins is not supported by the relationship. Just a minute. Just 2 minutes. So mic sound is there. Announcement is going. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah. This point is clear. What is the circular joints and how which is not supported here? The relationships are not supported the circular joints. Circular join means these kind of joints cannot be supported. Okay, these two cannot be joined. If it is joined, so this cannot be happens. Okay, so there should not be a circular format of joints. Clear? Okay, not supported with the geographic fields. Relationship cannot be joined on top of the geographic fields. Circular relationship not supported in the Tableau data model. So circular relationship not supported. You cannot define relationship between published data sources. You cannot define relationships between published data sources. Published data sources means, what is meant by published data sources means, so we have an option that what are the data source you have it, what are the data source you have it, you can directly publish the data source into Tableau server. So we have the data source. The data source may be SQL Server or Oracle, whatever it is. You can directly go for server and publish the data source option is there. Okay, you can go for publish your data source into Tableau server first, and you can go for connect to the Tableau server and get the data into your visualization. You can able to do that. What it mean by, if you go with the connect page, you can find the Tableau server option. If you double click on the Tableau server, so you can connect to that published data source. Already some source is published into your data Tableau server. If you want to take that published data source as a source, you can take it. You can go for take that as a source and you can build a visualization. But Tableau relationships not supported by the published data sources. Okay, published data sources. That is a point. So later sessions we can see that how we can go for publish into Tableau server and how we can get it as a source as well. Okay, so here that's the point. You cannot define relationship between the published data sources. You already published a data source. On top of it, if you want to build a relationship, it's not possible with the relationships. So the major difference you identified, what is the physical join and relationship? Any questions on this? Is it clear? So you can go for understand more detail when you go for practice this thing, joining those tables. Okay, uh, joining those tables and building the data model, so you can get understanding of more. Okay, just go through this document I will provide you, just go through the steps, and once you can go with 2-3 times, you can try to get understand it. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు
Yeah, go
ఇప్పుడు
ahead.
ఎక్సెల్లో కాలం డేటాని ఎస్క్యూఎల్ సర్వర్ డేటాని రిలేషన్షిప్ మెయింటైన్ చేయొచ్చా ఎక్సెల్ కాలం డేటా?
Yes, we can build the relationship, maintain చేయొచ్చు.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, మనం చేసాం ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, యూ కెన్ గో ఫర్ సీ దాట్. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసామంటే టెక్స్ట్ డిఈపిటి డాట్ టెక్స్ట్, we taken the dpt dot text table. This is getting from the text table నుంచి వస్తుంది మనకి, and one we have it SQL server, we have emp table into SQL server. These two are we are building a relationship. On top of these two we are building a relationship. So when you are in relationship, it will go for select the particular table, only this table at detail, this table level, and when you go for employee table, employee level data we can find it. Okay, just relationship we building in these two. Okay, the common field we can define here, the common field which we can define here, which is the common field from these two.
Okay.
Okay, dept and dept we can define it here. Okay, that is the relationship, this is a relationship. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So if you see the one point here, when I join these two, tables, you can find one more option here. Earlier we have only connections, live and extract. You can see cross database join. Okay, when we have the two different data sources, one is from text and one is from SQL server, we can go for build a relationship these two. You can find this cross database join. Okay, cross database means two different databases we have it, we are joining those tables from the two different sources. That's why we are saying that cross database join. That's why we are saying that cross database join. There is a relationship, but it's showing that cross database join. Okay, so once we have done this, we can go for into sheet level, we can go for build the visualization into sheet level. Okay, so that's what about these relationships and joins. That's what about the relationships and joins. Just go through with this document 2-3 times. Again we can try to understand, again I will explain this part again. Okay, so we can very detail, we can go with this part. What is the difference between physical and logical? and what exactly the differences and all. Okay, I can go for share you what is the difference is logical layer and physical layer. Okay, how these two are different. And blending also, one more concept is there. Once we discuss that blending concept, we can see again all these three steps. What is the difference between physical and logical, and what is the blending as well, what is meant by data blending. Okay, these are all we can see it again. All right, yeah, just I'm saving it. I will share you in chat. So once we have done this part, we can go for sheet level. We build the what are the visualizations you want to do that. And one more difference here, if you have that relationship, DEPT table separate fields it have it, EMP table separate fields it have it. At the same time, so when you go for joins, these are all be combined. It will show in a one table itself. When we have the relationships, it will show independently DEPT text and EMP table text. So the difference you find it, DEPT text table, we have the fields, and EMP detail, the fields we have it, and measures are separated. And what are the new calculation on top of it, you can write it. It can be added separately. That's the major differences we have it. Okay, all right. So first we can go for see that what are these four options. What is this marks? Okay, what are the four options we have it? Marks. What is the color? Where we are going to be use this color option? What is this color option? So if you want to build a visualization more colorful, we can use this color option. I have a department name. Okay, and department name wise, I have the department IDs as well. Suppose I want to go for IDs. Okay, I want to apply three different colors for this. Admin one color, HR in one color, training one color. Three different colors I want it for this each bar. So drag the department name into colors. Drag the department name into colors. Right? We can get the three different colors for that. This is a blue color, this is a yellow color, this is the red color. Three different colors for this department names. Okay, is it clear? So let's go for one more. I have a location. Yeah, any question? So here I'm taking that subcategory and subcategory wise sales. Each subcategory wise, how was the sales I want to display it. Okay. So this is option car swapping rows to columns. So subcategory we have in rows, sales in columns, right? I want to swap them. Sales I want to drop into rows, subcategory I want to drop into columns. So the swapping option is there, swap rows to columns. Simply you can swap it, we can get that. Subcategory into columns and sales into rows. Again, you want to swap? Yes, you can do that. Simply we can swap it, rows to columns, columns to rows. Based on that, automatically the bar chart will be changed. Okay, each subcategory I want in different color. So accessories in one color I want to show it. Okay, appliances in another color, arts in one color, binders in one color, like different colors I want to represent it. So how can we do that? That's you can simply drag the subcategory into color shelf. We can get the different color for each bar. Okay, subcategory I want to drag into colors. I need to drag the subcategory into colors. Then we can get it different color for each subcategory. Is it clear? Different color for each subcategory, we can get it here. All right. So that's the option color. If you want to apply colors to your visualization, you can use the color option. You can use the color option which you want to apply colors to your visualization. however you want it. So you can go for take the subcategory and sales into rows, columns. Okay, I have a bar chart. Simply I drag my sales into color shelf. I can apply the color legend to that visualization. Okay, swap it, or ascending, descending. The values, if you want to put in the ascending or descending order, simply put it this way. Okay, ascending and descending order, you can do that. So where sales is low, that's in light color. Where sales is getting increase, automatically color of that it's getting increases. Green color. Okay, let me put it in red and green colors. So I have that red and green colors. Click OK. So from red color to it's becoming green color based on the sales is getting increase. Where sales was low, it's in red color. Where sales getting increase, automatically my color format also changing based on the values. Okay, so that's we do with the colors marks. The option is called marks, color marks, right? Clear this, where we can go for is the colors. So if you want to represent, if you want to apply color to your visualization, then go for use the color option. Okay, if you want to apply color to your visualization, you can go for use the color marks. What is the size? So if you want to represent your data based on the size, you can go for use the size option. Okay, so let me take it as here I want to go for a line bar. Okay, bar chart I have it. I want to change it to the circles. Put it as circles. Okay, can we see that the circles are here? Based on the sales of that, based on the sales of the circle size need to be increase and decrease. I want to put a where sales is low, small circle. Where sales is high, I want to be put it the bigger circle here. Okay, sales is high, bigger circle, sales is low, small circle. Size of the circle would be small. So how can do that? Drag the sales into size. Drag the sales into size. Okay, go for size. There is a scroll mark. You can see that where sales is high, the circle is bigger. Where sales is low, the circle is smaller. Have you observed this? The circle is very small where my sales is low. Where sales is high, the circle is bigger. Okay, so this kind of changes we can do it based on the size. Based on the size. The sales is here almost 3,35,000. The sales is here 12,000. That's why is in small circle. That's is in bigger circle. Based on the sales, size of the circle will be getting increase and decrease. Okay, these kind of visualizations we are going to be build it. This kind of visualizations we are going to be build it using the size. Okay, size and circle is clear. Colors and size is clear. What is the label? Okay, text label. So select the subcategory and sales. Excuse me. On top of each bar, I want to represent the value of that bar. Okay. On top of this bar, I want to represent the values. That's we can call it as a label. Okay, label is nothing but a values. If you go for it, show mark labels, you can get those values. Show mark labels. Okay, if you uncheck it, it get hide it. When you check it, it will be get shown in the next to the bar. Okay, those are called a labels. Okay, the values which you can represent next to the bar, those are called a labels. Okay, measure labels we can represent it. That's called a label. Okay, what is mean by tooltip? What is mean by tooltip? Tooltip means when you put your mouse over the bar, some pop-up is getting, right, some pop-up. The pop-up is showing subcategory missions, sales is 1,89,925. That is called as tooltip. The value which we are getting, the values which we are getting is from the tooltip. Okay, pop-up which we are getting, that's we getting from the tooltip. Whatever you want to represent that, that's you can go for tooltip. That's we can go for display in the tooltip. Okay, the pop-up. Double click on the tooltip. Whatever you want it, you can drag it here. Okay, this values I'm showing my tooltip. That's why we are getting. Okay, that's a tooltip option. And detail, where you want to go for show the data in detail, we can use the detail option. Okay, in the next session, more detail we can go for discuss this marks. Okay, and how they are going to be used in the visualization. In the next session, we are going to be see that more detail about the marks and elements. Okay. Do you have any questions other than this? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. So actually by 9:30 I'm getting some other meeting. So tomorrow we can connect at 8 o'clock is fine. 8 a.m. I can connect at 8 a.m. We schedule at 8 a.m. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir.